Smita, can we start, right?
I think we will wait for a few minutes. So just for
Okay.
start at 3:05.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. So dear faculty members, I request please inform your colleagues to join the session as we have very let's participate. So we'll wait for 5 more minutes. We'll start exactly at 3:05. So I request please inform to join your colleagues or friends to join the session as soon as possible. Good afternoon, sir. I think we will start for the day.
Okay. Thank you, Susmita. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is good. Okay. Welcome for the day two session. Okay, we have covered many things in the day one. Okay, complete theory and very few practical was there. So starting from today till the end, we'll be having only practicals. Trust me. So let me share my screen. Okay, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. So in today's day two session, we are going to see about Power Query Editor and data modeling. Okay. So yesterday I showed you about the interface of Power Query Editor. What is Power BI? What are the components? What are the applications we have in Power BI? What do you mean by data? Okay, many things we have gone through, right? So now in today's session, we are going to see about Power Query Editor basics and how to do cleaning, data cleaning, how to remove duplicates, how to remove null values or replace null values, and different types of data types. Then we'll move through introduction to data modeling. As I mentioned in the last session, that is yesterday, like connecting or giving relationship between different tables with at least one common column we should be there, right? Then how to create relationships between tables that we call it technically cardinality. We will go through everything slowly, okay? So I would request everyone, I'm just pasting the link, just copy and download the files. I hope everyone has installed Power BI desktop into your system. If not, please install it quickly. Second. Okay, I'm sharing the link. Please download the link. You can find day one, day two file. So I would request to download all the files from day two now. Okay. So we'll start practicing Power Query, that is ETL process, cleaning the data, cleansing the data. Okay. Extract, transform, and loading. Okay. So let me open Power BI desktop. So as usual, we have to go to start menu. You can type as Power BI. If you type Power itself, you'll get related to those application, Power BI desktop. I will open this. So whatever we are doing, all these are called as automation tool. In current world or in real time, industries are expecting who can do automation things, right? So Power BI is a part of automation, right? So now I'll open the blank report, click on blank report. First thing first, whenever you are practicing with any data set, try to save the file. Let it be any application, whether you're working in Power BI or any other than Power BI. So try to always save the file. So first thing, go to file, save as, click on browse this device. So wherever you want to keep this file, you can give the path, right? So I'll go for desktop. So XLR Power BI session, and we are practicing day two, right? So I'll mention as day two. Just for my understanding purpose and for your understanding purpose, you can mention as day two so that you will understand in day two what you have learned, right? And Power BI file is called as PBIX. This is the extension Power BI file. We call it as PBIX. PBIX nothing but Power BI file. Okay. In Excel, we used to have Excel SX. Similar to that, here we have PBIX. So click on the save file. Okay. Now we will import few data and practice. Okay. Power Query will import few data and practice. So let us. So one more thing is For example, there are multiple ways to go to Power Query editor. Either we can use these connectors, data connectors, or directly we can go to transform data. If you click on this transform data, it will take you to Power Query editor directly. Okay. So it means Power Query data. So I have these files. These many files we are going to practice slowly. So reduce rows, manage column, all these you can see, these are Microsoft Excel worksheet. It means it is Excel SX extension, right? Excel workbook. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on Excel workbook. Since I know it is a data source, Excel workbook data source, I'll click on Excel workbook. Then I'll go to the particular path and open that path. So for example, I have reduce rows. First, we'll practice this. I'll click on reduce rows and click on open. Once I click on open, it will show you the preview. It will show you the preview dialog box to cross check whether whatever you have selected is correct or not. Okay. So this is the preview navigator. So you have many things like keep bottom rows, keep duplicates. So I'll select everything. You can see the preview also in this towards right side. Sometimes it takes time. Okay. No worries. So keep range of rows. These are the different commands we are going to practice each one by one. Okay. So keep range rows. What I'll do is I'll select everything. Then we will directly go to Power Query editor. Then we'll practice one by one. So I have selected this. Now, since we required some cleaning work, you can see here null values. All this cleaning are required. Cleansing we can say, right? So now I'll click on transform data. When I click on transform data, it will take me to the engine that is Power Query editor. So click on transform data. So once you click on transform data, it will take me to Power Query editor. Then we'll start doing the cleansing work. Okay. So now the left side, you can see the table view or we can say query view. Okay. So in the left side, you can see the table view or query view. These are the things we are going to learn one by one. So now the file name itself indicates reduced, right? So we are going to deal about under home tab. If you see here, we have something called as reduce rows. You can observe here, we have two things. One is keep rows and another is remove rows. We are going to practice this. So once we have practiced this, again, we'll go for the next one. The next topic is manage columns. How to choose column, how to remove columns, all these things. Okay, one by one, we'll be going through all the important ones. Okay. Now we'll start from starting itself. So for example, I'll go for in the left is a query. Again, I will reiterate, left is a query and the right side is a query settings where you can see applied steps. Whatever steps you have done, it will keep on adding here in the right side. You don't need to worry like what type of language it is writing, how the code it is writing. Just you need to understand in backend it is writing some language that is called as M language, mashup language we use it, right? Now, so I want to keep duplicates here it is telling. Okay, the condition is keep duplicates. Before that, we need to understand, first we need to understand what is this. Column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. That doesn't make sense. Okay, column header cannot be named as column 1, column 2. So what we have to do is, we have to check where is our first row header. Okay, sometime what happens, since it is a BI tool, it will understand first row as a header. It will keep first row as a header. In the right side, you can see source, navigation, change type, everything it has done, right? Now, I want to make this first row as a header. How to do? We have in two ways. One is under home tab itself, they have given. You can see here transform, use first row as a header, or you can go to transform tab. Here also you can see use first row as a header. Which data analyst or business analyst or data scientist, whomever is working, which they use frequently, those things they have added under home tab. So only we have few things here itself. Instead of going to particular tab, we can do all these activities under basic cleaning work, right? Under home tab itself. So now for example, so we have to keep the only duplicates. We have seen like removing duplicates in general when you might be worked in Excel. Here we have keep duplicates to understand how many duplicates we have, right? So now, first thing I have to make first row as a header. What I will do is under home tab, you can see transform. Okay, these are the transform group. Here we have many things like split column, group by, use first row as a header. So right now I'll go for use first row as a header. Okay, I'll click on use first row as a header. Okay, I hope link. Okay. Please download the file, all the data sets. Okay. So now here use first row as a header. You need to click on use first row as a header. Click on this, use first row as a header. So now you can observe ship mode has come, customer name, segment, and column 4. Just to understand whether it is keeping duplicate or unique. So only I have added column 4. Okay. Now, as usual, we need to select entire column. So for that, we have a shortcut key, Control A. We can do Control A. So here we have a ship mode, customer name, segment, like second class, first class, all those things. Now, I am going to reduce rows. We have two things, keep rows and remove rows. I'm going to keep rows. I'm going to keep only duplicates. Why we have to keep duplicates? We need to identify what and all duplicates we have in our data set, right? So I'll click on keep duplicates. That's it. Now you can see under column 4, it has kept only duplicates. If you want to see previous step, you can go directly click on the previous steps. Okay, there we had unique duplicate. So now it has kept only duplicate. Okay. So this is how you can keep the duplicates. So I have shared already. Again, I will share it. Okay. Similar to that, we'll go for keep bottom rows. See, in all the situations, you are not going to get all the cleansing work. It depends on a data set, right? Now, let us go for keep bottom rows. So, for example, if you see here below, you can see this is the called as status bar. So, it is showing total 8 columns we have, 25 rows we have. Okay, and it is showing something called as column profiling based on top 1000 rows. What do you mean by this? This is nothing but quality. So column quality checking. This is called as column quality checking. So for example, if I go to view tab, here something called as data preview. You can see here the group name is called as data preview. Here you can see monospaced, show white space, column quality, column distribution, column profile. Okay, this is where we are going to check our data quality. So for example, in this, for example, I'll select the first column. I'll go for click on column quality. This will show you any errors is there in our data set. It will show whether you have any errors in the data set. Okay. Okay. If that link is not working, maybe this link you try, guys. No worries. For backup, I have kept one more link. I'll share that also. So try this as well. Okay. So now, okay, great. So now, when you check here, you can observe one thing like it is showing how many valid in this. Okay. So how many valid? It is showing 100%. It means we don't have any empty values or even error. There is no error. So it is showing us 100%. For example, it has some error, then the percentage will come down, right? This is how we can do column checking, right? Column quality checking. If you have any error, we need to identify in original data source what was the issue. Then the next one is column distribution. So if you click on column distribution, you can see there are two things it will help us to find out. 25 distinct and 25 unique. So what do you mean by distinct? What distinct is nothing but different values. It might be duplicate or it might be unique, right? In different values, whatever it will get appear, it is called as distinct. How about unique? There is no duplication. It has appeared only one time. Since it is a row ID, there is no duplication, and distinct and unique shows same values. When I go for order ID, so it has different distinct number and different unique values, right? So based on the column, okay, we can find out all this distinct and unique. So why we have to find these things? For cleaning purpose. So any error is there, we can replace it. For column distribution, it will show. The next is column profile. We can call it as nuances of data or skewness. Okay. Complete statistics it will provide. You can observe here, it is providing complete statistics. For example, so total count 25 it is showing. There is no error. There is no empty. Distinct value we have 13. Unique value we have 7. Empty string and minimum and maximum. So all the complete statistics it shows us. Column statistics. You can see here it has mentioned as column statistics. Right? Okay. So these are the thing. And one more thing, why do we require so white spaces? Sometimes what happens, Power BI by default, it doesn't show white spaces. So for safer side, you have to check on this white spaces under view tab so that it is easy to clean the data set. Okay. So now we'll go to keep bottom rows. Now we are dealing with reduced rows. So for example, keep bottom rows. I'll click on keep. I have total 25 rows. So if I want only 10 rows, okay, bottom 10 rows I want to keep. So I can click on bottom 10 rows. I'll make it as 10. Number of rows I want only 10. Click on OK. So you can observe the row ID. You can see starting from 16 to 25 it is there. Initially, how much it was starting from 1 to 25. Okay, we are going to keep only last 10 rows based on the scenario, based on the project, right? Then next is keep errors. Why do we require keep errors? We saw keep duplicates. Similar to that, if we want to have a check where and all we have errors. Error in the sense might be they have applied some formula, might be different data type, right? Based on that, we will get an error. So now, for example, I'll select everything and I'll go for keep rows and I'll click on keep errors. So, okay, these are the rows we have errors we can find out. So overall, initially, how many rows we had? 46 rows. Under 46 rows, there are 8 rows which is showing the errors, either in single column or in different column, right? Either in first or second or third column. This is how you can keep the errors. The next is keep range of rows. So for example, as I mentioned, whenever you are checking quality, it will show only column profiling based on top 1000. For example, you have 10,000 rows. Whenever you do quality checking, make sure you click on this and make it as column profiling based on entire data set. Okay, by default, it is showing only for 1000. If you have more than 1000 rows, make sure you click on this second option. Okay, then. So now here we are going to keep the range of rows. So for example, I want to keep rows. Let me select a range of rows. So I have to start from first row itself. Okay, number of rows, consider we have more than 1000 rows. So how to check whether how many rows correctly? We have multiple options. Okay, sorry for that. So now we have something called as count. Okay, for example, if I go to transform, here you can see count rows. If I click on count rows, it will show you exactly 1000 rows we have. I'll repeat it. We have to go to transform and click on count rows. So exactly 1000 rows we have in this data set, right? So again, I can click on remove it. So now I am going to home tab. So I want to keep a range of rows. I'm clicking on keep rows, keep a range of rows. So for example, I want to start from first row, number of rows, for example, 10. I want to keep only 10, just a practice purpose, right? Then click on OK. So out of 1000 rows, what it is happening? It is removing everything, right? It is keeping only starting from first row to the 10th row. Okay. What I did, I went to keep rows from reduce rows group. Then I went to keep range of rows. So from that, I have given first row as a first and number of rows 10. You can give whichever number you want, okay, based on the scenarios. Then it has removed all the rows. It has kept only top 10 rows, right? Similar to that, we have keep top rows. So I can go to keep rows, keep top rows. Okay. So number of rows, if I want to keep only 5 rows, I can give directly 5. But the condition is only top rows it will keep. Because in range of rows, it has an option to select from where I have to start. But here, it will take only the top 5 rows. That is starting from first one. That is row ID 1. So 5 rows I want, it will take only 5 rows. The next is remove alternative rows. It is like pattern. So for example, in your mobile and all, you have something called as lock, right? Pattern lock. Only that the pattern lock, if you use, it will get unlocked. Similar to that, here we have got a situation where we have this sales data, but we have to remove all these 0 rows. We don't want that. We should have only the number values that is other than zeros. So how to get it? To do this, we have remove alternate rows. We can directly go to remove rows. Here you can see remove top rows, bottom, alternate, duplicate, right? Now I'll go to alternate rows. Okay, here you need to give the pattern. So first row to remove from where I have to start the index. Then once I start the index, from that how many rows I have to remove. So once that step has been completed, then how many rows I need to keep. So here we have to think. As analyst, we have to think how the pattern is looking in front of our eyes, right? Data set, we need to understand what pattern it is taking, right? So for example, by seeing this, first row to remove is starting from second I want. Okay, first row to remove from second. From second itself, I have to remove 2 rows. So I'll give 2 rows. Then after removing again, we have to keep it, right? So after removing 2 rows, keep the other 2 rows I'm telling. So I'm giving us 2. Then click on OK. I'll repeat it again. Please observe. So under home tab, remove rows. We practice with keep rows. Now we are going for remove rows. Here we have remove alternative rows. So click on that. So first row to remove, that is from second row we want to remove. From second row, how many rows we have to remove? 2 rows. So after that, how many rows you have to keep? So it is asking, so we have to give number. So once I have given 2 in all the text box, I'm just clicking on OK. You can observe here the zeros will be removed. Only the other than zeros like 1, 2 will be there. Click on OK. That's it. So nowhere you can find the 0. This is one way. One more way also there. Right? Multiple ways we have in technologies or any applications. You can click on this index, uncheck 0, click on OK. This is one more way. Right? So whichever you feel it is better, you can do it. Nobody is going to stop. The only result they want. Right? So what I used, I went to remove rows. I went for alternate rows. So I kept 2, 2 and 2. Then click on OK. This is how we can do these steps, right? The next is remove blank rows. So here, one thing common is we have all null values in complete row. Okay. So all null values we have to remove in a 1 or 2 steps. Okay. Once I click on 1 or 2 steps, this null value need to remove. Here also we have multiple ways. I show you both. So here I can go to reduce rows, remove rows. Then I can go for remove blank rows. That's it. 2 step, right? So I'm going to under home tab, click on remove blank rows. Gone. Everything is gone. So we have only the filled rows we have, right? Blank rows all removed. This is one more way, right? So let us see one more way. In the previous steps we have seen, right? Like for example, if I can click on OK, click on this drop down arrow. So I can uncheck the null value and click on OK. Okay. So always understand in real time in all application, more than one step will be there. Or I can say more than one option will be there. In very few places, we may get only one option. Okay. So what I did, I went to remove rows, remove blank rows. Okay, this is how in real time people used to do cleaning data, and even I did cleaning data like this with the help of Power Query Editor. Then we have remove bottom rows. Click on remove bottom rows. So for example, 8 columns, 25 rows we have. So I want to remove bottom rows. I can click on remove bottom rows. Okay. So for example, I want to remove bottom 5 rows. Number of rows I want to remove bottom 5 rows. Before we saw top, right? So now click on OK. So before we saw keep top rows. Now we are giving remove bottom rows. So you can observe it is starting from row ID 1 to 20 we have. So initially how much we had? 25 rows we had. Since I have added this step, it has given like this. Remove bottom rows. So yesterday I told you like undo is not available, but if you have this gear icon, okay, you can do some changes. Whenever you find this gear icon, you can do some changes. Means undo is possible. When you don't have this gear icon, then undo is not possible. You have to remove the complete step itself. So for example, I don't want to remove 5. I want to remove, let's say 7 rows. I can click on this gear icon. Okay. Instead of 5, I will give 7 rows. Then click on OK. That's it. Now it has updated. So wherever gear icon is there, make use of it. When a gear icon is not there means you have to delete the step and again you have to start the next step. So that's how we can make use of this gear icon. The next option is remove duplicates. So we have around 3 columns, 47 rows. So let us see once I remove duplicates, how many rows will be there, right? Always try to identify whether we have a column header correctly or not. So in this, again, the issue is that we don't have column header. It is showing as column 1, column 2, column 3. What I can do, either I can go to home or transform tab. click on use first row as a header. Got it. So one task is completed. The next is I have to remove the duplicates. So what I will do, I select Control A. Okay. So I can select Control A. Then I need to remove duplicates. So I'll go for remove rows. Before we, now currently we are seeing rows. The next we'll see for columns. Okay. So remove duplicates. Click on remove duplicates. That's it. So when I click on the previous step, you can observe 46 rows we had. When I'm saying now, once I have performed this operation, remove duplicates, I have only 5. Okay. So it has cleaned the data. It has kept only the unique one. Right. Complete row, it will check whether it is duplicate or unique. The next is remove errors. Okay, you can find many errors here. So I told you, right? We can go to view tab, and if you want to check column quality, you can check it here. See here, error 8% we have. Here also 8%. Here also 2%. This is how you can check the column quality. Now what I'm going to do, so I want to remove the errors. So I can select Control A to select entire column. Sometime what happens, we are not doing this, it will leave few errors here itself, right? So only I'm selecting Control A, then go to remove rows. Here I have to click on remove errors. Okay. Whenever you are dealing with data, you know whether we have to remove the errors or keep the errors, right? So you can click on remove errors. So error will get removed. Now we have got correct data set. Okay, later you can modify. This is showing as ABC and 1, 2, 3. It's alphanumeric. Now we have only text. You can click on top left and make it as only text data type like this ABC. Okay. The next is remove top rows. So here in the previous session, like we have seen like how to do remove, keep top rows. Now we have remove top rows. Can any one of you put in the message box like how to solve this issue? Any one of you. So far I trained you keep duplicates how we can do, keep bottom rows how we can do, keep errors, keep range of rows we saw, keep top rows, then we saw alternative rows, blank rows. Okay, now you have to give me a smart answer. Okay, so how to remove this? Go into column menu and can we do it? Okay, okay. Column menu. Why column menu? Okay. Any other answer? We are dealing with rows only, right? You can say whichever you feel it's right. You can say this. Very good. Very good. Very good. Shahin, Iram, Shahin. Remove rows. Remove top rows. Right. Now I can go to remove rows. So I have to select remove top rows. Now question is how many rows I have to remove? What is the number? Can any one of you? What is the number? You have to tell me correctly. How five? See, so we have to think it. Okay. So fifth one is my column header. I cannot delete that, right? So wherever I have null values, I need to remove it, right? First 4 rows I have null values. What I will do? I'll type number 4. That's it, right? Then click on OK. So with that, our job is completed. No, right? Again, we have column header has to be row header has to be turned into column header. So again, click on use first row as a header. That's it. So what I did, I'll repeat it. You can observe, guys. I hope everyone is trying this. Okay. In real time, whenever you are giving training to your students or when you are doing any cleaning work, you will be doing this in real time. Trust me, what I was doing this. I had experience as a data analyst also in real time and as a trainer also, right? So now I'll go for remove rows. Then I'll go for remove bottom rows. Then I will select 4, number 4. Then click on OK. Then, okay. Remove rows. Remove bottom rows. Number of rows 4 I will give. Click on OK. Something happened to my system. Okay. Promote headers. Okay, fine. No issue. What I will do is I'll delete this. New query, Excel workbook. Then in this reduce rows we are practicing. So I will select only particular sheet. Okay. So in this remove top rows, I will select remove top rows. Then click on OK. Okay. So now I have to remove top rows. So I'll click on remove top rows. Okay. Number of rows 4. Then click on OK. Maybe the last time I did wrong. Sorry for that. Then first row as a header. Use first row as a header. That's it. Okay. So for example, I need to change the query name. I can double click here. Okay. So I can give removing the top rows. I can double click. I can change the name of query. Either I can change here or I can do here also under property section. That is under query settings we can do. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, in any application we'll be having more than one option. Now, if I want to import more, because we need to practice more, right? So we have practiced as of now only reduce rows. How about manage column, append query, merge data? We have many things. Instead of going again to Power BI desktop, I can do that activity from Power Query editor itself, right? I can move from the Power Query. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So what I can do, I have two options. I can do right click here, click on new query. I can go for Excel work. This is one option. Okay, do remember, or you can write down, or you can go through video again. Okay, if you have any question, please ask me again. As I told, as even you will be advising your students, practice makes us perfect, right? So now click on new sources. This is one more way. Click on Excel work. So right click is always think it is your best friend. It will help you, or most of the option will be available with the right click itself. Let it be any application in this flow. Okay. So now instead of right click, if you want to go for file, under here you can go for that also. Okay. So click on new source, click on Excel workbook. This will take you to path. Where is your path? So go to the path, manage columns. Now we are dealing with columns. So click on manage columns, click on open. Okay. So now we have many things here like data, orders. Basically, this is a sales data set. Okay. Like Superstore, you can understand it is a Superstore data set. So now I'm going to select data. So where we have order ID, ship date, everything. Now click on OK. So once we have extracted the data from the particular file, okay. So I have data here. Always you need to understand how many rows we have, how many columns we have to check. Okay, for example, here I have 21 columns in this data set and 50 rows I have. Okay. So for example, in real time, what happens? We might have more than 1,000 columns or more than 100 columns. It is very difficult to navigate to the particular column whichever we require. So for that, we have something called as manage columns. Okay, you can observe here. I hope it is clear. This is what manage columns. Okay. So now what we are going to do is under manage columns. Okay, which data? It is under new query Excel workbook. You can use manage columns. Reduce rows we have completed. Now use under PQ data managed columns. Okay, one by one we are going. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. So now here what we are going to do is under manage column we have two things. Here one is choose column, another is remove column. So for example, here since you saw like 21 columns we have. Instead of going towards scrolling towards right side horizontally, what we can do, we can work smartly. For example, we have go to column. I'll select go to column. Okay. Suppose, for example, I want to go to particular sales column. I can type sales. It will give the sales column. Right. Then I can click on OK. So it will take me to correctly sales column. Okay. Similar to that, if I go to choose column, go to column. So I can select manually like this also. I want to go to country column. I can select country column. Then click on OK. It will take you to country column. It is similar to in Excel, we have go to dialog box. Okay. And I don't want 21 columns to analyze. I want to choose only columns which I want for analyzing purpose. For example, I will select on choose column. Okay, I'll unselect everything. So I want to have only segment wise country, city, then I'll go for sales, quantity, discount, and profit. That's all I want. So I'll repeat it. So the data. So we have choose column. Click on choose column. I'm going to choose only few columns for my data analyst purpose. Okay. Click on choose column. I'll uncheck everything. So now I have only segment, country, city, and I want all numerical values, that is sales, quantity, discount, and profit. Then I'll click on OK. You know, initially we had 21 columns. Now we have only 7 columns. So now I can analyze based on only this data set. So whatever operation you are doing here, it doesn't affect original data source. But any operation you are doing in original data source or any additional data is getting uploaded in original data source, your job is you have to open Power Query and click on this refresh preview. That's it. Once you have clicked on refresh preview or refresh all, any new data has come means it will be added automatically, provided all columns should be in order. If any difference is there, again you have to do rework. Right. So I have removed, you can see the steps, what steps it has done. Whenever you choose column, it has removed the other columns. That's it. When I use this, it has removed the other columns. This is one way to remove the columns using choose column. Now I'll remove that step. So again, we have got 21 columns. So remove columns if you go, for example, let me take first 4 columns I don't want. So I can press shift from my keyboard, press take only starting 4 columns. You can go to remove or you can use delete from your keyboard. Delete key you have, right? Then here I'm going to remove the column. So previously we had 21 columns. Now we have 17 columns. This is one way of deleting it. Okay. Then for example, let me take, I want to have ship mode. Okay, then segment, I can press control in my keyboard. Then I will go towards right. I want sales, then profit. Only 4 column I want. I'm selecting only 4 column with the help of control from your keyboard. Click on remove column. Click on remove other columns. Okay, I want only 4 column for analyzing purpose. What I'm doing, I'm selecting whichever is useful for you, you can take it. Which option is you feel better, you can take it, guys. Either you can go to choose column and make use of choose, or if I'm selecting like this, I have to press control in my keyboard. Then I have to do all this activity. Okay. Manually I have to do. Then I go to remove. Then I'll click on remove other columns. It means I have to keep only these columns. Other columns I have to remove. I can do right click also, as I mentioned. I can go for here, remove other columns. That's it. So I'll repeat it. Please observe. So I am deciding I want to keep only tip mode, then segment, chip mode segment, then I want sales and profit. So I'll select control in my keyboard and select with my mouse. You have to click on exactly under column header. Okay. So once I have done this, either you can go here, remove other column, or you can use right click option, remove other columns like this. Okay. Which you feel better, you can do that, guys. Please practice. I hope so far whatever we have covered clear. Please let me know if you have any questions or any topic. I'm ready to repeat, guys. This is the time you are spending for understanding. Okay. Okay. Now we have practiced two things. We have practiced, right? Two groups, I can say. One is manage column and reduce rows. Two things we have practiced now. Then next, what we will see is append querying and merge data. Okay, a very interesting one in real time. You will be using most of the time this task. I'll tell you what is that first, then we will go for practical. Okay, always understand, try to understand. There are two things. One is append query, and the next one is match query. Okay, append query is nothing but adding rows. Okay, at the end of the row. Okay, adding rows at the end of the row. After end of the row, again one more, from one more table, we are adding additional rows. Okay, here what happens? There is one condition like column headers should be same. Okay, column headers should be same. Adding additional rows at the end of the row. Okay. So in simple, like you can keep it in mind like append query means adding rows. That's it. Simple. Adding rows. Match query means adding columns. Okay. Match query means adding the columns. Okay. Here the thing is at least one column should be, whenever you are combining different table, we are going to do these two activities, append query, match column. But when you do for match query, what we have to do is we need to check at least one column, one common column, do we have or not? At least one common column. Then only the merge can happen. Otherwise, it is not possible to merge it. Okay. So append query and match query. First, we'll try this append query, then we'll go for match query. Okay. Done. Now do right click from here, click on new query, click on Excel workbook. Then now we'll select append query. Click on append query, then click on open. So when you open this file, you will be seeing 3 append queries. Okay. And one thing you can observe, like, so go for append table 1. So we have row ID, order ID, all the information. So starting from row ID 1 to 10 we have. Okay, when I go for the next one append table 2, we have to cross check whether all the columns is common or not, right? All the columns should be same. Okay, here row ID starting from 11. So here it was completed with 10. Then it is coming for 11. So 11 to 25 we have under second table. And the third table, we have append table 3, that is 26 to 50. Now I want to add all these things, right? First, what I will do, I'll select first everything. Okay, select by this checkbox. You have to select in all the checkbox. Make sure you select all the checkbox without fail. Then click on OK. Okay. So once you click on OK, okay, we are working with this table. Okay, append query. This Excel workbook append query, third one. So now I have got append table 1, 2, 3. Okay. Append what I said, we need to add this. And at the end of the row, we have to continue with table 2 and table 3. Right. To do that, on the right side, you can see something called as combine. You can observe here, there is something called as combine. Combine in the sense we have two options, merge query, append queries. Right. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to click on drop down append query. Okay, there are two things. Suppose if I click on append query, we are doing all the activity in the first table. I don't want to do that. Okay, whenever situation comes, you can do it. Now I'll click on append query as new. Then I do have 3 tables. The first option it is giving for 2 tables. But I want more than 3 tables. What I will do, I'll select 3 or more tables, scroll down, select append table 2, add. By default table 1 is there, append table 3, add it. Anytime if you fail, I want to delete it, select this and delete here, remove. If you want to move up or down, you can use this. Up arrow, down arrow, like this. Okay. So now I have taken the particular table, whichever I want to add. Okay. Upon table 1, 2, and 3, click on OK. It will get added. See? So starting row number 1 to 50, we have it. Now I can double click this, rename as append complete table. Anything, whichever is understandable for you. Okay. Append complete table I have entered. It means I have added all this data into single table or single query. Okay. This is how you can do appending. Okay. And here we have something called as order ID, order date, everything we have, right? So for example, if I go for ship mode, these are text data type. If you click on top left, you can see different data types, right? These are the text data type. For example, I want to change this second class, standard class should be in capitalized. How we can do? So dealing with text data type. So you can go to transform. Here we have something called as text column. Okay. Why do we keep duplicate rows? To check whether we have any duplicate rows, because once you remove the duplicate rows, we won't be knowing what is the historical data. See, in general, why we are using Power Query, we have to make sure have current data as well as historical data. So that time it will help us. Okay, I'll repeat it upon topic. Okay. So for example, here I'll select ship mode. Since I am dealing with text, I am going for text column. If you click on format, you can change to lowercase. I can change to uppercase. Suppose I want complete uppercase. I can make it. Go to format, capitalize each word. I can make it. Right? I can trim. I can clean the data set. If you have any white spaces, I can trim it. Okay, for this we have in Excel, we have to write a formula or function, right? Here it is a clickable, right? If you want to add prefix or suffix like doctor, Mr., anything if you want to add, we can add all those things. Okay, all the activities we can do with the help of this transform. Okay, yeah. See, first we need to check whether we have complete null values in the complete row or not. If you have complete row, then it is easy to remove null values, right? So directly you can select on particular. Here we practiced, right? So I hope here we practiced. Okay. So if you have null values in complete row, then it is easy to us. So directly you can click on this and check null values like this. Okay. Okay. Like this you can do removing null values. Or if you want to replace values, null values, you can do right click, replace values. So from here you can replace value to find what? Null with 0. Then click on OK. Like this we can replace the values. Okay. So now format this we saw. Okay. The next is split column. So for example, I want to split this order ID. How to split it? Okay. There are two things I told you. One is home, another is transform. Sorry, home and add column. Transform and add column. Transform means what? Modifying the existing column. Add column means if you want to add multiple things. So for example, if I click on transform, I want to split this. Here separator is nothing but hyphen. Okay. That we call in technically delimiter. So for example, I want to split this. I can go to split column. By delimiter, I can add. So we have the city or state wise, CA, US, everything we have. I want to split it. By default, it has taken as hyphen. So do you want leftmost or rightmost or each? If I want to have each, I can click on each. If you split like this, order ID 1, order ID 2, order ID 3. This I know it is a year. This I know it is a country. This I know it's a ID, order ID they have given like this. Okay. So I'll repeat it. You can do what you can do is you can select this order ID if you want to split all these things. Go to transform under text column itself, split column by delimiter. Then it has taken, click on OK. That's it. This is one way. And if you want to keep the original means, you can go to add column. From here, you can extract it. Extract. Okay. Then you can use text before or text after. This one you can use. Okay. Then click on OK. The only thing it will add at the end, you have to remove towards left or towards right. That is only difference. Whenever you add text, it will go for the last column. Okay, someone had asked for again repeat this append table. I'll repeat it. Okay, right click, you can delete whenever if you want to delete the query. Okay, so if you go for new query, Excel workbook, I have taken this append query. Once you have clicked on append query, select all the data. Okay. Now I want to add all these rows. To add all these rows, what I'm doing under home tab, we have something called as combine group. Right. Under append query, click on this drop down, select the second option, append query as new. Then here what I'm going to do, it is asking, it is giving two options. One is two table or three or more tables. I select three or more tables. I select append table 2, then append table 3, then click on OK. Okay, later I can rename as, okay, complete data table, anything, whichever you want. Okay, starting from row 1 to 50, it will be added. This is how you can append the table. Okay. Yes. Don't, no, no, it is not auto saved. You have to save this, guys. So here you can click on save the file. Make sure you save the file. That's why I told you always you have to save the file initial itself, because then whatever you have practiced, everything will go off, right? So we have practiced append table now. Next, we'll go for merge data. Okay, we have seen this also under transform, how to make use of this text column. Okay, so now I will go for new query, right click, new query, Excel workbook. This time I am going to merge. Merge means what I said, combining the columns. Before what we did, combining the rows. Right, now we are going to add the columns. To add the columns, what we did, what we required, at least one column, common column should be there, right? So I'll click on merge data, then click on open. Okay. In original data source, you can add your name and come here, refresh it, you will get your name. Okay, everything is automation. Now, if I go for merge table one, here under merge table, we have order ID, segment, ship mode, and sales. Let me check for table 2 what we have. Here also we have order ID, but other columns are different. Region, category, subcategory, quantity wise we have. Okay. So what I have to do? So I have to combine these both columns, I mean both tables. Okay. I need to check which is the common one. Order ID is a common one. So select this, both merge table 1 and 2. Click on OK. Okay. So now we have got table 1 and table 2. Now our task is to combine the columns. How to combine the columns? So we can go to home tab. Okay, 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry for that. So how to combine the columns, right? So now under home tab, if you go, there are two tables. Now we have table 1 and table 2. We need to combine this. Before also we went for combined group. Now also you need to go to the combined group itself. Before we tried for append query, we have to try for merge query now. So how I can do? Click on this, drop down, click on the second one, merge query as new. Now it will select merge query as new option. Now merge table 2 already it has selected. Now I want to select table 1. So I'll go for scroll down and select table 1. Okay. So once I have selected table 1, so here we need to see which is the common column we have. I hope everyone can understand. By seeing this view itself, you can understand which is the common column. So order ID is a common column. I'll select this. Okay, by default, it is taking left outer join. Let it be leave as it is. And you can see the matching, how much it is, 15 out of 25 rows. No problem. Click on OK. So I'll repeat it. Please observe. So I have kept my cursor under merge table 2. Then I am going for combined group. There I have merge query. Click on merge query. Then click on merge query as new. Okay. So once I have clicked on merge query as new, so I have to go to merge table 2. I have to select merge table 1. So manually we have to select from this drop. Okay. Drop down. Now I need to see which is the common column between both tables. So I can observe order ID is a common column between both tables. I can check how many matching it is, 15 out of 25 rows. Then I can click on OK. Okay. Now we have got a new table. Here you will get something called as, here you can see expand button we have. Okay, it has combined, but we have to get only the required columns. What you can do is you can click on this combine column. Okay, that is double arrow, and make sure you click on use original column. Otherwise, it will give the table name itself here. Okay, so I'll uncheck use. What I want, I don't want order ID because order ID I have already here. Right, already I have already. So what I will do, I'll uncheck order ID. The rest I required, segment, ship mode, and sales, everything I required. Then I'll click on OK. That's it. So now I have got all the information. That is from order ID, quantity, ship mode, and sales. So wherever null values I have, I can remove it. Okay. So wherever null values I have, I can remove it. Or if you want to keep it, also you can keep it for analyzing purpose. Because other things we have the information. Okay. Then you can double click this merge, or you can click on here also. Okay. You can make it as merged table. Just for understanding purpose, you can click type as merged table. Okay. So anytime if you want to do some changes, then you can go for this gear icon, click on this gear icon. Okay. And you can do modification. This is how you can perform, okay, with the help of gear icon, these operations. Please let me know if you have any question on this topic. I'm ready to repeat also. This is a very important topic, merge and append, because most of the time the situation comes, you have to add multiple data source, okay, into one. That time we will be using append query and merge query based on the scenarios. Okay. The next is we have pivot and unpivot. Okay. You might be here if you have a experience in Excel. Okay, why we removed order ID? See, what happens if I'm not removing order ID? Order ID only is a common column we were giving connection, right? We are giving connection, order ID is a common column. I don't want order ID again. Here also we have order ID. Again, if I have that, again we'll get order ID. I don't want duplicate column. So only I have unchecked that. Okay. I hope it is clear now. Any more question, guys? Transform by delimiter. Okay, no problem. I will repeat it. How about append and merge? Are you guys clear on that? Append and merge. Any questions on append and merge? If no, we can go for the other things. Okay, clear, good. Okay, someone was asking about, yeah, order ID and complete data table. Okay, split column you were asking, right? So under home section, we have something called as order ID. If I want to split this, either I can use transform or add column. If you want this column as it is, then you can use add column. If you want to modify this column, go to transform. Here we have split column by delimiter. Okay. The machine, that is Power Query engine, will understand the separator is hyphen only. Sometimes if you don't understand, you have to key that symbol. Right. So click on by delimiter. So once you click on by delimiter, you can see here custom it has taken already. You can see colon, comma, equal sign, semicolon. So these are the common separator we can say, or we can say delimiter. Okay. So now by default it has taken hyphen is the separator, it understood. And this is your part. You need to decide whether you want leftmost, rightmost, or each occurrence. So once you have selected the proper splitted, then click on OK. Then this will get splitted. So country separate, then year separate, then ID separate. Okay, most of the time we'll be using these stuffs in real time, right? Okay. So all this not only data analyst people are doing. As a professor, we have to do, right? As a student, people will be doing these stuffs. All this it's a common for all every person. They can practice this. Okay. Then the next is pivot and unpivot or okay. So for example, first we need to understand. So append merge query we saw. Okay, do not get confused with we have one more option here, merge option also. Do not get confused. Query is different, merge operation is different. Okay. So here under transform, we have something called as merge. Okay, do not get confused with that and this one. Okay. So when I select this, I have one more called as merge column. This is different. What we performed is different. Merge column is different. Merge query is different. If you want to merge this, you can click on merge column. So once you have clicked on merge column, you can select whichever separator you want. So for example, custom, I want just for understanding purpose, I'm giving like this. Then click on OK, like this. It will merge. Okay, this is merge column. We practiced previously this one, merge query and append query. Now, we are going to see about pivot and unpivot. Okay. So what do you mean by pivot? Pivot means converting, okay, converting data from rows to columns. Okay, if you understand the logic, more than enough technical things. Okay. Unpivot. What do you mean by unpivot? Unpivot means converting. It's like transpose. You might have practiced in Excel. It's like transpose, but with some logic. We have transpose also, but that doesn't have logic here. But this pivot and unpivot has logic. Converting data from column to rows. This is the logic. How we have worked in Excel pivot table we have, right? Similar to that, rows to column to rows. However we want, we can switch over with the help of pivot table. Similar that concept they have introduced in Excel, I mean Power BI also, because we don't have here cell address. Either we have table in the form of table, column, headers, column or rows only we have. We don't have any cell address. So that is why they have added this options like pivot, unpivot. Whenever you come across a data set where we have to clean it. Okay. Yesterday also I told you there are two technical things, cleansing and they call it as transform. Okay, cleansing and transformation. Cleansing means, for example, trimming, making upper text, making lower text. These are called as cleansing. Okay, what about transformation? Transformation means this one, whatever we are going to do now, that is pivot. These are logic things. So these are called transformation. Okay, completely we are converting the logic. These are called transformation. Cleaning means just removing the space, making to uppercase, lowercase, capitalize. These are called cleansing. Okay. Now we'll go for we will take this data, pivot or unpivot. Okay. Yes, the concept is same only, pivot table concept only. But here logically we don't have cell address, right? So we have to do all this activity. So click on new source. Now, first let me see what type of file it is. Pivot and unpivot Excel worksheet. Yeah, it is an Excel worksheet. Click on new source, click on Excel workbook. Then select pivot and unpivot. Click on open. I hope many things you are learning today, guys. Anytime if you have any question, you can see the video again. Okay. And any questions whichever I'm able to cover, I'm covering here itself. Okay. Since we have only 2 hours. Okay. Now we have one is pivot, another is unpivot. Okay. What I said, pivot means what? Remember this logic. Converting data from rows to columns. Unpivot means converting data from column to rows. Okay. So for example, I'm selecting this. First, what I will do is I'll make it as category name we have, subcategory name we have. First, use first row as a header. I have made it. Now, I want to see what is the count of bikes, what is the count of clothing, what is the count of accessories. Whenever data we have small data, okay, or very less rows, we can manually we can count it. Whereas we have more than thousand lakhs, billion rows, it is not possible for us, right? So I want to see how many times bikes has come, how many times clothing, and how many times accessories. How we can check it? Simple. You have to select this category name, go to transform. Under transform, we have something called as pivot column. Okay. So what it does, it will convert from rows to columns and it will give some aggregation. Okay. So for example, I click on pivot column. It is asking values column, what do you want? Yes, subcategory name only I want. If you click on advanced option, here it is seeing aggregation. We want count or sum, whichever you want. Right now, count is my applicable one. Okay, by default, I leave as it is, count itself. If you want some or minimum or maximum, you can go for this. Okay, based on the scenarios. Then click on OK. Got it. Now I understood. Okay, bikes total is 3, clothing is 8, accessories is 3. This is how we can do it. I'll repeat it. Please observe. Okay, once we have imported pivot 1 and pivot 2, that is from this file. Okay, that is fifth option. Then what you have to do, the first step you have to understand whether our column header present correctly or not. So either go for from home tab or transform tab, you can make first row as a header. Once you are done, make sure you select the first column. Now I want to see the total count for bikes, clothing and accessories. For that I am going to convert these rows to the columns, right? So for that I can go to transform, click on pivot column. Then the other things, let it be as it is. Values column, subcategory name, I want in values. Click on OK. That's it. So total bikes, we have the subcategory itself converted into values. That's it. Okay. Clothing, accessories, everything we will be having. This is how pivot we can make use of. Okay. In real time, you might be having large data set. The only thing you need to understand as a human, we need to understand in which pattern we have to clean it. When we deal with this pivot and unpivot. There is some tricks also. Okay, for everything there is a trick also. We can learn that also. Okay. Then unpivot two. Okay. So for example, territory we have 2019, 20, 2021, everything is correct. Perfect. No issue. So for example, my manager is asking make it to column to rows. How to do column to rows? So as already mentioned, so if you want to make converting data from column to rows, make use of unpivot command, right? So instead of selecting everything, selecting like this, unpivot, we can make in other way also. You can do right click, unpivot other columns. I'll repeat, select the territory. The territory was wise. Here I want in the rows itself, not in columns. Okay. And values I want sales in separate column. So what I can do right click, okay, unpivot other column. Simple. That's it. Now later it will convert into attribute and value. Here I will do double click. I'll make it as here. Here I will do double click. I'll make it as sales. That's it. I'll repeat it. Please observe. In a situation where we have to convert this column, that is year 2019, 20 and 21 to the rows, how we can do in Excel and all, we have to do with the help of pivot table, right? So what we can do, so we can select this territory, then we can do right click, then unpivot other columns. That's it, guys. Then later you have to make sure you have to modify the column header. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense, right? Convert it, double click you do here, then double click under values. Instead of values, I'll make it as sales. That's it. And for the sales, if you want to convert into dollar, if you are working with the US data set, you can click on this 123 and make it as fixed decimal number. That's it. Okay, this is how you can see comma separator has come. Like 1000 separator in Excel, we have got comma separator here. So try this and confirm. So I'll wait for minutes, few more minutes. Yes. So when you change it, whatever the attribute is nothing but column, right? At column head, the column only we call it as attribute. Numbers always it will name as values. Since it is a number, digits, it will name it as values in backend. Since it can't give any its own name, so it will by default it will show as attribute. Attribute means a column. That's it. Wherever values we have like digits, okay, numbers, then it will give us values. Later we have to modify it. Since it is a machine, what it can do only few things, not everything, right? The rest we have to take care. Yes, no need to format. So directly you can do, click on this dollar symbol, make it as fixed decimal number. This is the formatting we can do. Okay, additional formatting we can do here itself with the M language, or we can go for DAX. Okay, where I'm going to train you DAX. There also we have something called as format function. We can use it. Okay, we can convert our English to our native language also, like Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, like that also we can convert. Many things we can do, guys, in Power BI. So can we format year column as number? Yes, of course, you are right. Year column, it is not ABC. Thank you for that. Okay, click on that ABC, make it as 123. It's a whole number, right? We cannot convert into date also because we don't have complete DDM. Only year we have. Convert this top left corner and make it as whole number. Before you load this data into Power BI desktop, make sure all the data type is correct. Yesterday I have mentioned, right? Once you understand the type of data, so almost 30% of your work is completed. You can analyze, you can visualize and analyze the data very easily. Okay, please complete and confirm. I'll give 5 minutes. Okay, I'll be assigning a small task in that Google Drive itself. You can see. Okay, by the end of this, after this training, in day two, I'll add some task. You can complete that from your side. Okay, a simple task. Okay, SQL, Power BI does same thing. Of course, Suraj, right? You have come to one logic. I'll tell you what is that. So, for example, so we have Excel, SQL. Okay. In simple, if I say Power BI is a combination of Excel and SQL. Okay. Where you can see like in Excel how we have formulas, function. So those will be applied in our Power BI. Right. So those things it is applied in Power BI. So when I talk about in SQL we have this, what do you say, modeling. This modeling and all we get in SQL itself, right? Standard structured query language, right? So for example, this join kind and all, it comes in SQL only, right? So those again, they have added into our Power BI concept. It's a combination. In simple, I can say it's a combination of Excel and SQL, and whatever Excel can do, that can be achieved in Power BI, right? More than that, it can do. Okay. In SQL, we cannot do visualize, right? If you want to visualize, again, we have other applications for SQL itself. We have to go for high end, right? The simple one and all, we cannot do visualize in SQL. Where Power BI will help us to do visualization. And moreover, as I said, each technology is version. Power BI every month it will get updated. New things they have added. You might have seen this. Okay. If you go to Power BI desktop, you can see Copilot. So Microsoft has added almost in every product. Okay, almost in every product they have added this AI technology, that is Copilot. Okay, but it works only for organization, and provided if admin is giving authorization, then only it works. Okay, okay then. Okay then. Okay. The meeting end time is exactly 5. Okay, so I was waiting to make sure you practice all this. So now we'll go for group by. Okay, what do you mean by group by? So for example, in pivot table we have data analyst. In Excel pivot table is a data analyst tool. Okay, it is grouping. The same thing we can do here also. For example, I'll go to home tab, click on new source, Excel workbook. I'll add, select group by, sixth option, that is sixth Excel file, click on open. How we analyze in Excel using pivot table? Okay, a data analysis tool. Similar to that, we have something called as group by. So select data. So once you have selected data, click on OK. Okay, all we are dealing with the normal Superstore data set itself. Okay, very useful data set to understand, because we get most of the scenarios we will get in this data set. Now, for example, I want to see segment wise, country, and sales. Okay, and profit also. I want to do some aggregation and check it. So to do that, under home tab, we have something called as group by. Under transform group, we have group by. If you click on group by, it will group the rows. Okay, based on a common column. Click on group by. Once I click on group by, basic, this is basic. You cannot add more columns. I'll go for advanced itself. So right now, in the drop down, I'm going to select, let me select segment. So I want to analyze more. I'll go for add grouping. So segment wise, I have completed. Let me select maybe region. Region I have selected. Suppose if you feel region has to go to the top, you can click on this three dot. Three dot is called as ellipse. Okay. Okay. So something happened. It's not working for me now. Okay. Let me do this. Okay. Move down. You can move down like this. If you don't want, click on this three dot, delete it. Then now here I want to see total sales. I'll give a column name, new column name as total sales. Operation, you have many aggregation operation you can see. So for example, I want sum only. I can select column, I want sales. So with that, we are going to stop. No, I want more. So add aggregation. So here I will give total profit. Then here I will give sum. Then instead of sales, I will make it as profit. Sales I have already added, so profit this time I will take. If you want average, you can take average. Whichever you want, you can take this. Then click on OK. So once I have done it, so I can analyze, okay, fine. In this segment, in this region, this much sales happened. Okay, in this region, in this segment, total sales is how much, total profit is how much. You can do ascending descending also. You can sort these things. You can see here under here, you can sort it A to Z or Z to A, right? A to Z or Z to A. You can order it. Then if you want to order by highest to lowest, you can make it to Z to A like this. You can observe like it will show you the symbol also. You can see here, you can see a symbol also. It means you have applied some sorting. Okay. Here also you can see you have applied some sorting. So like this, you can do some analyze with the help of this Power Query Editor. More we can do, but according to the curriculum. So these are the things we are going to cover it. So now click on close and apply. Okay. So you can click on close and apply so that it will get saved. Okay. For in future reference, you can go for these files and check what you have done it. Okay. So it will take time to load it. Okay, sometimes you may get error while loading also. You can recheck going to Power Query Editor by clicking on transform data and you can recheck what is the error you have made. Okay, any questions? Okay. Okay. Let it take time. It is taking time. Let it happen. Okay. We will go for this. Next is modeling. Okay. Okay. So as I mentioned, modeling is like giving connection. Okay. Giving relationship between different tables. Right. So now, before that, we need to understand cardinality. That's an SQL concept. We call it as cardinality. For better understanding, I have taken this example. Okay. Cardinality means nothing but relationship. Okay. To connection. How do we connect? That is only here we have. So cardinality in data modeling. Data modeling is a concept very important. Okay. In a data analyst, the complete job like prepare, what he does starting, he will do prepare, then model, visualize, analyze, and manage. In all four, which is a critical task or which is a crucial task. This modeling only, it's a crucial task. Critical, I can say, because it will be more difficult compared to other tasks. It means it will take much time to do that activities. Okay, these are the different relationships we have cardinality. First one is one to one. So what do you mean by one to one? So for example, a person can have only one passport, right? He cannot have multi-passport. If he is staying in India, he can have only one passport, right? If he is staying in other country, the country will give only one passport for that person, right? For that citizen. Then next is, this is called one to one. Next is one to many, like parents. Parents means they will be having more children. Okay, one to many. This concept is one to many. The next is many to one. It means many students are going to school or college, or many employees are going to companies. Okay. So this is the concept of many to one. The next is a many to many concept. Means many actors can act many movies. It means just to understand only this logic I have given. Okay. So when we compare to the real time, so we'll understand why these coordinate are required. Okay. To get our result. Right. To get the solution, business solutions, we have to do some connection between different tables. Hundreds of tables we have. We have to give connection and we have to understand the data, where profit is getting, how much profit we are getting, at what date we are getting. All those things we have to understand means we have to do some connections, right? So only we have this concept. In this four, the complicated concept is many to many. Complicate in the sense you may get many errors. Whenever you follow this many to many, you may get more errors. Okay, there is a chance of getting errors. Okay, most of the time people won't consider this connection, but provided if situation comes, they have to do it. There is no other way. They have to do it. But make sure they have to think whether the result they are getting correct or not. Right. So with this, a small example I have. So what I will do is, okay, some error we got. So let me have this as day 2. Save this file. I'll close this file. I'll open a new file, Power BI desktop. You can save that file and close it, guys. So I have 3 files to make you understand how we can give relationship, that is connection. So one belongs to customer CSV, where we have only 2 rows, that is United States, Australia, country, and product we have. Basically, it is a clothing like t-shirt, jeans, hat. Okay, these are the sales happened, and sales table. Okay, on which date the sales has happened. Okay, these are the things. Okay, so these are things practically we are going to see now. Okay, before seeing this practical, let me show you something like data modeling, right? Okay, so we need to understand technically schema. Okay, what do you mean by schema? Means it's a logical structure of arrangement, table arrangements. Okay, that is called schema. Here in the Power BI you can see given a diagram also to make you understand. Okay. Okay. Schema. What do you mean by schema? Schema typically refers to the structure of a data model. Okay, in data modeling, the how the arrangement, table arrangement you do, that is called as schema with the help of connections. Okay, how the data is organized and related for analyzing purpose. Next, we have two types of schema: star schema and snowflake schema. Why do we call this star schema? Because it looks similar to star symbol. Okay, so here you can see, observe. So these are the categorical tables. Okay, like for example, customer information, products information, region information, and employee information. Everything is connected to one table. Okay, so this table in technically they call it as dimension table. Okay, DIM, dimension table, and this they call it as fact. What happens? These are categorical. It means non-numerical table. Okay, which doesn't have any duplicate values. All unique values will be having. Whereas in sales, because almost sales means more transaction will happen. For the same T-set, there will be more transaction. Maybe order ID will be different, but the rest of things, color, everything will be same, right? Correct. And employee information, territory information, these are called dimension, these are called as fact. So for example, if I bring the star here, you can observe like this. Somewhat the connection will be looking like this. Okay. Whenever this dimension table, that is categorical table, is connected to fact table, that is sales, directly, then it is called as star schema. They are not connecting indirectly to the fact sales, right? It is directly connecting one by one. When you come to see like this snowflake schema, it is indirect connection. So in this, we saw like product is connected to sales, territory is connected to sales, but here whereas product is not directly connected to sales, but it has connected to territory, from territory to employees, then employee to sales. Just for an example, I am showing this. So this type of schema, which is connected to fact sales, that is fact table, indirectly is called as snowflake schema. When it is connected directly to the numerical data, that is fact table, that is called as star schema. When it is connected indirectly, then it is called snowflake schema. Just for a knowledge purpose, this. Okay. I hope you are able to understand catch, right? Yes. How to get data from servers. Okay, in real time, in production, it will be connected. Okay, now, so let me open Power BI desktop. Click on blank report. So we are going to import these three files. Okay. Click on blank report and save the file name as. Click on save as. Browse this device. Okay. Date 2. So I will save this file name as, just to understand, maybe modeling, data modeling, so that it will be easy to understand. So I'll make it as data modeling. Okay. So now the first thing I'll go for here, visualization, that is under format your report page. I'll go for canvas settings under 16 is to 9, that is nothing but height 720 pixel with 1280. I'll make it as middle. Now I'll import these files. You can observe here. What are these files? Is it Excel? No, it is CSV. CSV means what? Comma separated value. When I open this, each values are separated with comma. So only we call it as comma separated value. Right? So now I'm going to import these files to our Power BI desktop. So I'll go to get data, click on text or CSV. So I'll go for modeling. First I'll select customer and open. So it will show you the preview. Then click on OK. Okay. Click OK. Now something is required. So I'll click on transform data. Cleaning is required, right? It is not able to identify. It is a column header. So I'll make sure click on transform data. Now I can directly import from Power Query editor itself, right? So from this Power Query editor, do right click, new query, CSV, text or CSV. So this time I will select product, then open. Click on OK. Then right click, new query, text or CSV. This time sales I will take. Okay, before loading the data into Power BI desktop, we have to make sure all the things are in proper way. That is cleaned, right? So customer here, column, that is first row, we have to make it as column header. Click on use first row as a header. Then the product also same issue. Use first row as a header. SKU is nothing but stock keeping unit. And sales is everything is correct. Okay. If you're not getting this symbol, calendar date, what you can do is go to file, option and settings. We have two options. I'll repeat, go to file, option and settings. We have to go to options. Here by default regional settings will be India because we are staying in India. It will be India itself. Global we have, current file we have. If I go for regional settings, by default India is there. If you are getting US data, click on this drop down and select the English United States. Okay, you have to select this and click on OK. If you are not getting this calendar symbol. Okay. If you're getting calendar symbol, that's fine, no issue. Okay. Now we need to understand like customer 0102. Okay. Region belongs to United States, Australia. Okay, fine. Product, we have CL01, CL02, AC01. Okay. Sales, under sales, we have order date, customer code, SKU, quantity. Now we need to understand like country, region, United States. how many customers has ordered how many products. Similar to that, Australia also, right? So when you see here, cust 01, they have ordered two things. That is CL01, CL02. It means what? T-shirt and jeans they have ordered. Who? That is United States. United States has ordered T-shirt and jeans. How about this Australia? That is custom 02, CL01 only they have ordered. Means only T-shirt they have ordered. Right? CL01 only T-shirt they have ordered. So now I have to get the answer as for United States also I am going to get 30. For Australia also I have to get 30. But provided it has to give correct product, what product they have selected. Okay. So this I am going to load it to my Power BI desktop, close and apply. Okay. So once I close and apply, the connection will be created automatically. How? It is a BI tool. It is connecting automatically the table with some common column. If column name is proper, it will try to understand, okay, these columns are both are same only in different tables. It will try to connect. Okay, now I have loaded this customer product and sales. If I go for model view, see, I have not done anything, but it has given connection here. So product, I'll make it drop down here, customers. Okay. So it has taken automatically. For example, I don't want to make connection by its own. I want to do connection means simple. You can go to either manage relationship, select everything, delete it. So I want to do from scratch. So I'm going to delete it. So now I have to see common column. What is the common column between two? So for example, here I have common column from customer to sales, customer code. I'll drag and drop like this. Then it is asking one to many. Means what? One means unique. We have unique records here. We have duplication. It means transaction happen more times. So one to star is nothing but one to many. Cross filter, let it be single right now. Click on save. Connection completed. Okay. Similar way, product and sales, what is the common column we have to check? Color, we don't have. Product, we don't have here. SKU, we have here. So based on SKU, we can drag and drop SKU. So when I drop, you can see the solid line. You can drop exactly above that solid line. Click on save. So the flow is going like this, one to star, right? The flow you can see it is going like this, one to star. Or star is nothing but many. One is nothing but it's like primary key. Okay, we have unique records. Here we have more transactions, so it is showing star. Duplicate it might be having, right? So only it is showing star. Here also the flow is going from here to here. Okay, always understand the flow how it is going. Now we'll go for report view. Here what I'm going to do is from this visual, I am going to take one card just to understand I'm taking this. So we have a card visual which will help us to summarize in single value. Okay. So once I click on card, I'll get like this. I'll collapse this. I'll keep somewhere here like this. Okay. Then similar to in our Excel, we have slicer as well as filter, right? In pivot table, we have filter. Similar to filter, we have slicer also. Here also we have a slicer. I'm going to take slicer. Slicer is in simple, we can say it is a filter. Okay, I'll just copy this, paste it again. I have taken two slicers and one card. Okay. For card, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add quantity. Okay, total quantity I'm going to add it. And for slicer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add region. It's a drag and drop also you can do or you can click also. And for this, I'm going to select product and I'm going to select product. Okay. So now just observe total value we are getting how much? Quantity 60 that we have observed in a Power Query editor. Here products we have three, that is hat, jeans and t-shirts. Country we have Australia, United States. So for example, if I click on Australia, I have to get answer as 30 because Australia customer has bought one product. United States has brought two products, but combined it has 30 rupees. So for example, I am clicking on United States, I'll get quantity 30. If I click on Australia, I'm getting quantity 30. Fine, everything is fine. The problem is this is not getting changed. Product is not getting changed. Why? Because the flow is only one way, right? The flow is only one way. So for example, see here, the flow is going only one way. When it goes one way, then it will stop filtering information. So only we are getting like this. Okay. For that, we have something called as both side filter, we call it as. So for example, if I double click this, we have a cross filter direction here. Now it is going only one way, single. For example, if I click on single and select both and click on save. So whenever user click on a particular filter, it will try to fetch the information correctly. Okay, the flow is going front and forth and back, right? So now what I'm going to do, going to report view. So this time you see, when I select United States, I'm getting t-shirt jeans. Yes, he has bought t-shirt jeans, so quantity is 30. Before, when I was selecting Australia, I was getting only, I was getting all the information product. Whereas now it is getting t-shirt only. Because why means the flow is happening both ways. Before it was happening only single way. Only one time whenever it is doing, it can filter only few information. You cannot filter complete information. But not in every situation. Few situations we have to do this. Okay, and these are things so far we have learned today. Any questions you have? Any repetition, guys, for this? Okay. So schema is nothing but if you want to give a data modeling, we have to arrange table. Okay, this is consider this is a schema. Do not get confused. This is a schema. Schema is nothing but logical arrangement of table. In simple, you understand logical arrangement of table. Okay. In SQL, they call it as template. Here we are calling as logical structure of table. How you are arranging. So this one we call it as dimension. This is also called as dimension. And this is called as fact table. Okay, we are connecting two dimension to the fact table. So this is how you need to understand this logic, how it works, schema, everything. I hope it is clear so far, guys. Any questions so far? See, it's not like we have to select a particular visualization. So today I want to show you like Excel, you know how to import. I want to show you in CSV file. Okay. Data might be we might get data in any ways. Let it be Excel or any other files, SQL, right? We can get in many ways. Okay, that's all for today. I hope it is clear. You can save this file. If you have any questions, you are ready to ask me. Susmita, are you there?
Yes, sir, Hamza.
Okay. Yeah, today's concept completed.
Yeah, fine, sir. We can wind up for the day. We'll meet again by tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
sir.
See you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so thank you all for joining. We are winding up for the day. We'll meet again by tomorrow at 3 p.m. So the attendance link has been shared on a chat. Kindly mark your attendance. The link will be active only till 5:30. And as already informed, 60% of attendance is mandatory to get the certificate. Okay, I'll be sharing the link once again on chat. If you have not marked it, kindly mark your attendance. Okay, thank you all. We'll meet again by tomorrow at 3 p.m.